Hello everyone, my name is Li Cungrui. I will talk about minimize the road to race and my analysis from the perspective of feminism. The first one is introduction. I approach minimize Furridge's road through a feminist lens because the film places women at the center of choice, race, and change. Also, it is a high-velocity action story set in a brutal wasteland. Its core is the refusal of women to live as property. Imperator Furiosa becomes the hinge of that refusal. She plans an escape, protects others, and imagines a different order. My purpose is to show how the film advances the feminist reading without losing the energy of an action narrative. Julie Butler's account of gender as performance guides my reading. Butler explains that gender is not a fixed essence, but a pattern of behaviors learned and repeated. Fiosa performs another script. She drives burdens, fights, and makes ethical decisions that are usually reserved for male heroes. Through those acts and she displaces the familiar expectation that the women wish to be rescued. The sector is controlled by Immortan Joy, whose role treats people as resources and women as reproductive assets. The group known as wives are confined and closely monitored, and their bodies regulated and their viruses silenced. From the opening movements, the film makes the inequality unmistakable, not through lectures but through images of include ownership marks on words, and the militarist rituals of the work boys within this setting, the escape of the waves that with Fiosa signals a break from script that the region imposes on their gender and their lives. Fiosa is introduced not as a side character but as a driver and planner who delivers the world and sets the plot in motion. This role in itself resists convention. She is neither an accessory to a male hero nor a symbol of purity. She is strategist who takes risks, nurtures and bears responsibility for those she leads. Her goal is not individual survival alone, but collection liberation, which reframes heroism as care and accountability rather than solitary glory. A central side piece shows Fiosa steering the world raid through a gauntlet of pursuing vehicles, quick cards, and practical stunts, emphasizes that she is not simply enduring danger but actively controlling the fight through their changes, terrain choices, and tactical alliance. My eyes at points, yet the staging continually returns authority to Fiosa's decisions. That sequence undermines the habitual image of a woman who depends on a male savior and replaces it with an image of interdependence that she directs. The film does not romanticize resistance. In a painful moment, Fiosa realizes that the green place from her childhood has withered. The collapse of that memory confronts her with loss, but it also widens the aim of the journey. She decides not to flee further into uncertainty, but to return and seize the Sidor's resources for everyone. This return is essentially significant. Resistance becomes not only escape from operation but transformation of the center of power so that water, safety, and dignity are shared. Fiosa is not alone. The waves act and learn through the journey. They load weapons, set boundaries with mass, and look after one another. Later, the group meets the villainy, of many mothers, elders who carry seeds and memories. The alliance changes the narrative logic from a single champion to a correlation across ages. By the final clip, the women are shown as agents who speed, aim, and decide. When the lift rises and water is replaced, power is redistributed in public view, which matters as a political image as well as a plot revolution. From support the term at every step, wide framers and crisp geography let us read Fiosa's intent rather than losing her inside chords. The lens returns to her hands on the wheel and her steady stance on the reed. A costuming service function and a voice sexualization editing allows decisions to register before explorers to do their work. These choices give Florissa dignity even when she is injured. The result is action that argues, not only action that dissolves. We also completed the tablet of the action hero. She carries a past that includes complexity, so her rebellion is a moral decision rather than a destiny. She is determined, yet she listens and adjusts course. The paired exchange of names between her and Max near the end is not a crowning of one cover the other. It is a coordination of a partnership built on respect. Heroism becomes shared labor directed toward care and fairness. Feminist Mad Max Fury Road ultimately centers women as thinkers, fighters, and rebuilders. Through Fiosa's leadership and coalitions, and the film rejects passive femininity and exposes the sector's hierarchy. Its candidate still serves these politics, proving blockbusters action can argue for freedom, shared responsibility, and human features. Thank you for watching my presentation.